Vlogs for our review of 3D shapes. I'm sure you noticed the same anchor charts you have seen over and over and over. Just like in our classroom building, we have anchor charts, and those anchor charts are here to help us. With the anchor charts, there are resources. I don't expect you to memorize all the attributes of all of our 3D shapes. Now, it's good to be familiar with them and to be able to know, sphere, 0, 0, 0. Cone just has that one face. However, resources are always available for us, and we always need to make sure we're using those resources to support our learning. So I'm going to keep showing you this. It's on my screen right now. It's in our Google Classroom. It is posted in our slides. They are here to help you. So as we review and wrap up our learning about 3D shapes, something I want to talk about is just what faces, edges, and vertices mean. Sometimes when we're going through all the attributes, we get kind of mixed up. So I just want to take some time to review. So when we're talking about faces, we're talking about the flats. How many flat sides does it have? How many flats or how many faces? Now you also heard me talk about bases. A base is a face. So for example, on my cone, it has one face, which is its base. It's the base because that's what it has to stand on. Same thing for my pyramid. It has a square base at the bottom because that's what it stands on. That base also counts as one of the faces. My cylinder has two bases it can stand on. These bases are also the faces. So when you're counting faces, you're also including those bases because bases are faces. I think it just makes it even more tricky because they rhyme and they sound similar. But because they sound similar, we can keep in mind that they are the same thing. So my cone has one circle face, which is also its base it needs to stand on. The next attribute when we discuss 3D shapes are our edges. The edges are the straights or the lines or the sides we can run our fingers across. Remember, when you're counting edges, we usually start with the top ones, work on the sides, and then count the bottom edges. Finally, the vertices. The vertices are where our edges meet, or the points. I always like to think of a pencil when I think of my vertices. How many points can we feel on the tip of our pencil? So how many points do you feel when you discuss vertices? Now the tricky one, and the one that's often challenged, is the cone. It does have that one face. It has no edges because there's no straights we can run our fingers on. There's only round that we can run our fingers on. But they do count this point right here as a vertice. Some people debate this, some mathematicians, but we are counting this point on our cone as a vertice. So I want you to make sure that you review our 3D shape anchor charts. You're going to do an assignment today in quizzes for a grade. Use the chart, print it off, save it, have it next to you. It's there to help you. Also, you can always have those 3D shapes around your home out. If we were in the classroom building, I would have these all around our classroom so you can go and pick them up if you need to see them. You have 3D shapes all around your house, so use them. They're there to help you. Don't feel like you have to have these memorized. Use those resources. Before you go on to your quizzes, I want you to wrap up our math lesson with thinking about each of the 6 3D shapes we focused on. Get those 3D shapes down around your house and count them up without using my chart. Be like, okay, rectangular prism, how many faces? Count them. How many edges? Count them. How many vertices? And count them. Take some time to do this. After you've done this and you feel super confident with your 3D shapes, I want you to go on to your quizzes. If there's anything that's tricky or confusing you about those 3D shapes, hop onto my Meet session. I'm there to answer questions, and I would love to help you with any misconceptions. So 3D shapes, go ahead and find them, count up the attributes, identify those attributes, and then you can move on to those quizzes. Bye, guys.